As Otto drove them along a winding road along the bottom of the ocean, Patrick turned to SpongeBob and pumped about their adventure. This is going to be like one of those buddy movies. Where the buddies? SpongeBob looked doubtful. Not sure that really applies, Patrick. Why not? Patrick asked. We're two dudes setting up with a common goal. We'll argue about something dumb, fight and break up, only to come back together when we realize neither could do it without the other. It's simple, yet magical. Still not convinced, SpongeBob said. Yeah, but it feels to me like just a regular journey. I say buddy movie, and you say whatever dumb thing you just said. Really? Dumb thing, SpongeBob said, getting mad. I'm dumb? Oh, I love your sense of irony, Pat. Thank you, Patrick said. I love my sense of irony, too. Maybe your head wasn't packed full of sand. You could have ironing. Now SpongeBob was really angry. Well, better a head full of sand than a head full of rocks like yours. That's it, Patrick roared. He leaned forward to address Otto. Stop the car. Yeah, stop the car, Otto. SpongeBob shouted. Rrr! Otto slammed on the brakes, and Patrick and SpongeBob flew out of the boat car screaming. Whoa! They landed headfirst into a big pile of sand. Patrick and pile of rocks. Thwomp! They sat up dazed. Sorry, Patrick, SpongeBob said. Really, I shouldn't have said you had rocks in your head. And I shouldn't have said your brain was made out of sand. Patrick said, that was mean and dumb. Okay, let's just forget it, SpongeBob suggested. Never happened, Patrick agreed. They hugged. What did I say? Buddy movie. We'll see, SpongeBob said as they walked back toward the boat car. SpongeBob knocked sand out of his ear. Patrick knocked rocks out of his ear. Just then, when they heard they were going to climb back into the vehicle, screech, Otto pulled it forward just a few feet and stopped, messing with the passengers. The robot did this several more times until SpongeBob and Patrick finally managed to leap in. They drove off toward the horizon on their way to the lost city of Atlantic City. Back in Bikini Bottom, a crowd had lined up inside the Krusty Krab eater to place their orders. Alarmed by the long line, Mr. Krabs made his way past the customers. One at a time, he said. Heh heh. When he reached the cash register, he asked Mr. Squidward. Coolio! Why aren't I seeing Krabby Patties rolling out of the service window? Wheeled SpongeBob. Squidward shrugged. Should I know? And frankly, you won't hear me complaining. Ha ha. Mr. Krabs headed straight for the kitchen and burst through the door. SpongeBob, what you lollygagging, boy? SpongeBob wasn't there, of course. He was on his way to rescue Gary, but Mr. Krabs didn't know that. He looked higher and lower around the kitchen. SpongeBob, get out here this instant. That's a direct order. SpongeBob. When he got no answer, he headed back out to the dining room. I don't get it, Mr. Krabs said, scratching his head. He never missed a workday. The crowd of customers were growing impatient. They started chanting, Krabby Patty, Krabby Patty. One of the biggest customers angrily confronted Squidward. Hey, where's my Krabby Patty? He snarled, grabbing Squidward's arm. Squidward looked terrified. It's coming out, Mr. Krabs assured the big guy. Squidward, get in the kitchen and try to whip up some Krabby Patties. I'll stay here and try to calm the crowd. Happy to get away from the scary customer, Squidward ran into the kitchen sweating bullets. He faced Gerald, the 8-burner griddle. All right, Gerald, he said, trying not to sound nervous. He opened the storybook at him. The little griddle who kaboom. Gerald exploded, flying up through the roof of the Krusty Krab and high into the sky, leaving Squidward with a blackened face. Squidward stumbled back into the dining room. Mr. Krabs, we've got a problem. Squidward, Mr. Krabs yelled. Squidward was horrified to see 2 angry customers holding Mr. Krabs like a battering ram, slamming him into a support beam. Bang. Save, Mr. Krabs managed to say before they slammed him again. Bang yourself. The customers tossed him into the wall next to Squidward, who cowered in terror. The crowd had become a mob. Riot, riot. They chanted to say red tables out the stands. Horrified, Mr. Krabs and Squirrel watched the riot rage in the Krusty Krab.